I love when all the guys have to do something really hard and they have to do it till they complete it. I think that breeds pride, right? When you do hard things, you're not being forced to do it, you're choosing to do it. The more you do it, the more confident you are that, hey, there's nothing I can't do.
Man, I know we romanticize the past sometimes, but I swear Madrid was probably the hardest thing I ever done in my life.
We know the type of work that's going to be happening during the match drill. High rate of effort. It's going to be a lot happening at once.
Really hard on them during the match drills, but I swear my match drill was way harder.
Yesterday's prize is not today's prize. One, two, three. Let's go.
There's a lot of people that sit in my shoes that criticize things such as metros, but you learn a lot about an athlete. You get to learn about, okay, what are they made of? Are they going to be able to help us be a leader? The mental side of things in football, of attention to detail when you're tired, handling fatigue.
Funny story, we went to go see Ish, and we went to a basketball game because Ish plays basketball. We saw this guy running the lane, putting up dunks, all type of crazy. You know, just super athletic.
You're talking about in high school football, basketball, and track athlete.
He did some crazy stuff, right? And Coach Rue was like, hey, we should probably offer him. Just go look at his huddle real quick. He just had the foresight to see it, and I'm happy it happened.
And then walking out of that game, Coach Rule, he told me he wanted to talk to me. I was like, all right, bet. Heart racing. And then he was like, so what you think about Nebraska? Well, we're offering you a full scholarship to Nebraska for football. I was like, tears. Just started crying, I'm not gonna lie. That was my first offer out of football and basketball. So I was just like, it's amazing.
The day Jaylen was going to announce where he was going, he actually had gotten sick.
And people don't believe us, but he really did. He was sick that morning, couldn't talk, had a fever. As I'm trying to figure out what to do, like, man, do we cancel this thing? About 7-something in the morning when SportsCenter come on.
Matt Rule is going to take the head coaching job at Nebraska.
45 minutes later, my phone rings. It's Evan Cooper.
When we first got the job, I remember Coop saying, hey, there's this kid, Jaylen Lloyd, in Omaha that we need to offer.
Not even 45 minutes later, we get that call. So now we're in a panic because I'm like, oh my goodness.
To be honest, at first, I was not gonna decommit at all. But Coach Rule talked to my family, said he'll let me run track, and they want to offer me for football. They view me as a football player.
Jaylen really wanted to do both football and track. But again, people were pegging him as just this track runner.
He had tons of opportunities to go run track at the next level.
People kept telling him, you know, you're too little, football ain't your game, you're really a track person, and I think that
track kind of like took over because he was so accomplished in track and field that people kind of didn't know how good this young man was in football. We finding out now in Nebraska.
There's a man wide open, it's Jaylen Lloyd. The throw, he makes a catch. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Field pass is caught. Jaylen Lloyd, he's to the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Has a man out there to pass, is caught at the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Jaylen Lloyd.
When we look at a player and our staff looks at a player, we don't want to see what he is. We certainly don't want to see what he's not. We want to see what he will be. We want to be pushing guys to be the very best that they can be and be what we think they can be. And so that's all development is. It's understanding that you start here, but we have the end in mind. And so we're pushing guys to be great.
I think it comes in almost two forms. You have football development, being good at your sport technically. And then what we have in my realm, and kind of what Coach Campbell and I and Chris and his staff, what we do, is more so just the athletic development. We're building the qualities that can hopefully transfer to the field and help them become better technically at their sport. The biggest model that we use is something from Al Vermeil. He's won NBA championships and he's won Super Bowls. And he breaks it down into 5 areas. It's work capacity, it's strength, it's explosive strength, reactive strength, and speed. And it almost builds like a pyramid. So if you have no work capacity, you're not gonna be able to express speed for very often. But really, work capacity is just how much work can I do before I get tired or before my quality fails. That's gonna be important because it also helps you recover. So the more of a work capacity base that I have, the more work I can do on the field and recover after to be ready for tomorrow. Moving on up, we have strength. So it's just how much force can I express in whatever way.
Any questions? Let's get to work.
So that's squatting, that's benching, that's deadlifting. Think of like your powerlifting movements. How much maximal force can I create? Moving on up, you have explosive strength or power. So now it's looking at, okay, how much force can I produce? But I'm also trying to do it as fast as possible. So you can move lighter weights really fast, but there's not enough force to be powerful. And you can move heavy weights very slow, so there's not enough speed to be powerful. So there's a happy little medium. After that, there's reactive strength. The biggest thing that reactive strength has been shown to really be predictive of is being able to get in and out of cuts, in and out of breaks, being able to handle the rapid eccentric, memorization, and concentric phases of movement.
Go! That's it, let's go!
And then obviously speed to speed. It's just how fast can you get from point A to point B. And everything up that pyramid builds off of the previous one. So you can't be powerful if you're not strong. You can't be fast if you're not reactive. So for us, it's about categorizing every single one of our guys into those 5 buckets, comparing them to previous data that I have on athletes that I've worked with, athletes that are in literature, and then also their teammates. And being able to look and see, like, okay, well, where do you need help? I want to try to get as much of a picture for these athletes as we can. So that's why we test as much as we do. And I don't really like to call it testing, I like to call it assessing. We assess on the force plates once a week. We assess on the hamstrings once a week. We wear a catapult every single time we go outside. Every single movement that happens at the platforms, that's going to happen while we're using our WASI-based training equipment as well. That uses the pixels of the video feedback to be able to measure how fast the bar is moving. So whenever they're doing that, the athletes are also entering in the weight that is on the bar. And all power is just force times velocity. So from that, we are building a model of these athletes. So whenever I'm making decisions with Coach Campbell and his staff, we're really looking at everything from those athletes to make sure that we're good to go from those standpoints and being able to give them exactly what they need to develop them, to increase that overall athleticism. How effective am I at my job if I get a kid to run 22 miles per hour during training, but in the football game, he barely scratches 20? What we end up seeing is that there's the transfer to football is something that is very inherent in terms of the thinking process. How quickly can I process the information that's coming at me? Part of that comes from comfortability in what they're supposed to do, knowing their job and doing their job. Part of it comes from having the skill set and having the experience to be able to predict what's going to happen with them seeing that come. And that always comes from practice. And you start to get some of those process in your brain and in your body used to some of those things to hopefully transfer over into, I hear somebody coming at me from the left side, so I know I need to cut left. Or I'm catching this ball, and as I'm catching this ball, I see the safety coming at me this way, so I know I can catch it, stick left, and move on. And then from there, it's a combination of us, the coaching staff, and the athlete themselves to be able to figure out, okay, how am I going to execute well enough to be able to do my job and express those qualities that I worked on all winter and all summer.
Defending Big 12 long jump champion Dahlia Ingram put her title on the line and let it ride. Dahlia became just the 8th Husker to win 3 or more titles, walking away a 3-time winner. With 1 Big 12 title already, Dahlia Ingram went after a second in the triple jump, not to be denied.
Her career here was 4 years. She was a 9-time All-American, which I plan to beat in the near future. So she taught me how to triple jump when I was 3 years old, actually, which is kind of crazy. I know how to do that. But it was like I was almost like destined to be in this position. I feel like she would have liked anywhere I would have went for track, but being here, like I never seen my mom like cry tears of joy. When I committed, she was like crying, like that's how I knew it was really special there.
Him and I are going through the same thing. Like, his mom was like a superstar here at Nebraska, and he's just basically following into her footsteps, and I'm basically doing the same thing. So she was like super cold at track. She came from a small town, Levelland. She ended up going to Texas A&M and holding records there for triple jump and the 400. She almost went to Olympic trials until she got sick. I still want to fulfill out her dreams of at least trying to go to Olympic trials just 1 or 2 times.
In our program, we believe you compete in everything.
On the mat and on the track, you're the man in the arena.
Like, track is just you versus you.
They all want to go compete. That's, at the end of the day, what's our program about, right? It's about competing every single day, so I'm proud of them and excited that they're doing it.
Jaylen and Jeremiah, you name it, they're competing all the time.
I think what's fun for me is when we get the FaceTime calls and we have both Jeremiah and Jaylen on the FaceTime talking about who beat who in practice.
Oh, yeah.
And he beat me because it wasn't my dominant leg, and he beat me because of this.
Him playing DB and me at receiver is like almost perfect for us competing because we don't want, like, I always joke with Coach Koo, like, I'm not gonna let your DBs beat me this week in the track meet. So that just adds on to a little competitive spirit.
In practice, we talk our talk, we back it up too. Sometimes I win, sometimes he wins. It's just depending on the day.
For triple jump, it's honestly probably the one track event that I'm most impressed by. Everybody wants to talk about the 100-meter sprint. Everybody thinks that that's like the holy grail. But the amount of coordination to go off of one leg, go to another, go off to another, and then go for distance. The amount of force, the amount of strength, the amount of tension that is in the lower body that needs to happen at those times, and also the relaxation is just out of this world.
We out here supporting our boys, Jaylen and JJ today. It's a big day for them, it's the first meet.
I'm proud of my dog, man. You feel me? He's making his dreams come true, man. He's been doing this since we've been youngest, so, it's good to see him out here doing his thing.
That's love right there. That's like the brotherhood that we need to like succeed and stuff. And they're coming back to show love for us. And that's just showing me and Jay Lloyd that they have our back, so we know 150% we're behind their back.
Just so proud of Jaylen and Jeremiah, and just watching them and watching all the guys that came out. Like, you can tell how special those two are and how special of a program this is.
hearing the crowd behind you, knowing that there's people cheering you on and wanting to see you do well, and then don't hit a big one and the crowd go crazy, that is the best feeling in the world. What Jaylen is feeling when he is on the runway. Matter of fact, today it just brought back so many memories. Like, I remember being out on that same exact track and doing some of the same. Like, it was an amazing feeling.
I did ask him. I said, is JJ He's leaving me. I'll go with him. I don't know. You didn't do that. I'll go Coach DB's.
We got teams that we got drafted on, and we go around to all these athletic events and get +2 for every selfie we get.
Right when the offseason starts, we split the team into 10 different teams. We had 12 or 13 guys on each team, and then the teams can accrue points for different behaviors and different things that they can achieve. So it's a motivational tool just to bring the kids together a little bit, and it gets guys that are cross-positional. So you get defensive backs on teams with O-linemen, and the captain is a linebacker, and they can get points for competitions in the weight room, which we do every Friday. They get points through study hall, they get points through life skills, they get points through community service. So
right now, during this time right now, we'll go out 2 to 3 times a week to host and do different community service events. Everybody that goes to the community service with me at first, they're skeptical about it, they're not sure what it's like, but then when they leave at the end of the day, first of all, they don't want to stop doing the work that we're doing, and then they always ask to come back again a second time. I run into an issue now where I have to tell guys no, they can't do an event because I want to let somebody else get a chance to do it.
Yeah, it was very fun. Came to Dawes Middle School, just giving back, letting them know that they're not alone. We've been through what they've been through, just letting them know that just believe in themselves, love one another, take care of one another, keep going, never give up.
We just wanted to say on behalf of all the football players, congratulations for everything. You guys are working so hard, and we just want to let you know how important school is.
Being a servant leader is something that I strive on and live for. And the joy that I get out of it is watching these young men find a passion for something they didn't know they had. Seeing a young man, connect with a person they've never met before on a genuine level. Take out the titles, take out the logos they're wearing, and just connect on a personal level with somebody is a great feeling watching that happen and watching the guy want to continually go back.
It means a lot, especially to give back in my community because I'm from here. I love giving back to my state because that helped me get to where I'm at today. So just to give back is amazing.
These athletes truly don't know what they just did for our boys and our girls today. They gave them hope, inspiration, and to be honest, we haven't seen them this excited, this invigorated about school in a long time, so we really, really appreciate this visit.
All right. Do it without pressure.
What player development is here, it's a plan put together by Coach Rule and I, and it's to help our players, one, transition from high school into Lincoln, Nebraska, and transition into our program, and also transition out into the National Football League. We want all guys to be prepared mentally, physically, and spiritually going into their next adventure in life.
When I got here, I talked to a lot of you guys one-on-one. We're talking about it right now about just the ultimate purpose and goal of what we're doing is about preparing you for life. And I told you from day one, we're gonna make sure you are aligned and better than any other rookie or any other person leaving college going into the real world.
And we do a lot of things wrapped around community impact, professional development, and personal development. And those are ways for us to engage with them so then we can then build and foster a positive relationship for those guys who want to bring all the issues and the successes to us so we can help them reach more. But we had to just to connect with people and let them know that there's more than life, there's more than just a ball player. But while you're playing ball, get the most out of it. We're here to help them understand that and see that.
The buy-in's been fantastic. You know, we did it year one last year. This year, there's like, they know kind of how it works. So there's been a lot more push for guys to do things as a team, which is really the goal of it. It's been really good that way. They're definitely bought in, and there's definitely more team activities, more guys that are trying to get other guys to go to do things, which is one of the goals as well.
5 guys. I'm going to say Jeremiah because I've seen him dunk in high school, but the reigning champ Heinrich doesn't even have something to say about it. Should be fun. Let's go, baby. All right.
What'd you say? He said I'm more nervous for this than I was for Northern Illinois.
You know, it's going to be me and him. Me and JJ. Right here. Final 2 right here. White.
This one's going to be fun. It's our first ever dunk contest featuring Nebraska football. Fans, make some noise. All right, fans. We start in 3, 2, 1. All right, fans, we're going into the second round. They each get 1 dunk. Oh, with the spin. JJ, it's on you, brother. It's on you, man. Oh, my gosh. Oh, through the legs. Oh, baby. Fans, make some noise if you think it was Jeremiah Charles.
Guys, thank you for your participation in phase 1. Not that you had a choice, but then now we go into phase 2. Same rules. Remember, everything's up. There's a no tolerance policy for anything that you're going to miss. Make sure you get to everything. It's -20. Everything on Saturday on started with your new team. Any questions on where you are or where you got to go? Thank you, fellas.
Yes, sir. A year from now, 2 years, 3, 4 years from now, a lot of you guys will be sitting there talking to an NFL GM trying to put the best version of you possible. Oh, I believe in this, I do this. And literally, they're going to have some guy like a Navy SEAL who reads people. I used to use all those people to figure out who was real and who wasn't. Okay, hear me when I say this. Sometimes your actions speak so loudly, I can't hear what you're saying. Your actions, not your words. Anybody can say yes, sir. Anybody can say I believe in this, but it's your actions. It's your actions. What I want to make sure I keep trying to get across to you, and it's maybe slow, is this program is about you. It's not about just the team. It's about you. It's about each one of us conquering that which we do not do well. You can accomplish most of what you want to accomplish in life if you'll put your time to it. The problem is some of us say that. They say, I'm here and I want to do this and I want to do this. And you say, well, how come you haven't done it in the past? Well, I had this injury or this coach, or everyone has reasons. I just look at you and see what you're doing. I just look at the tape. I just look at your actions. And that's what the world is going to do to you guys. This is your time to fix your flaws. This is your time to get yourself as right as you possibly can. That's what we're trying to get done in every aspect of what we do. From having study hall, to having community service, to having optional lifts, to having extra work. We're trying to get you guys to invest in you. You. Trying to get you to be the best version of you that you can be. Are you investing in you and making you the best version of yourself? That's the program. And if everybody here invests in themselves, you start to have a culture of what? Of excellence. Where like, what used to be good enough ain't good enough anymore. What a good team will look like is Giff getting on View and View getting on Giff. And you two pushing each other so high that then Kobe's like, I want to be a part of that. Then he jumps in. And the standard keeps getting raised. That's what great teams look like. Everyone says they want to compete. I'm talking about with 4 minutes left on the clock and the game's on the line. Are we saying, here we go again? Or are we attacking? Attacking. So that's my job this year, but really it's your job. And that's why we do this. Attack it. Attack it. Attack it. Attack every part. And if you step on the line or you go over, sprint back and do it again. We all on the same page?
Yes, sir.
Invest in you, please.
One better on three. 1, 2, 3. One better.
Trample on somebody to beat the ground. That's the competitive nature we're supposed to have. Get out the door and come out here like winners.
Get out, get out! Let's go! I'm right here with you.
Get him going, Gil.
Yeah, let's go. You gotta close the doors, Yeah.
There was a lot that went into my decision, where I was on the draft board, injuries, and then the most important thing to me was like leaving on a good note. It felt wrong just leaving it, you know, leaving guys on their own for the next class to take it over. I felt like older guys needed to be around for that foundation to stay strong. And last year as a leader, I was in the beginning stages. I was learning how to do it, and now that I know the process, I can teach the process and I can fix what needed to be fixed last year. I'm not gonna go this year without knowing that I did everything that I could.
Going all the way out. Keep going back, man. Let's go. All y'all sorry mother that don't want to be here, just get the out. It's gonna be one of them days, and if you can't handle it, hop off the dog. Let's go. 'Cause I don't want to play with you. If I can't trust you, then we'll find somebody else.
Okay. I mean, that's my pride picture right there. Proud of that one. Woke up and played basketball the next morning. Wasn't much of a prom night.
That was probably one of your first Husker games, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't remember it, but I was there.
But you were there.
Me, Luke, and my little brother. We all wore 13, just like Luke.
All represented 13.
Isaac, he's always been kind of a quiet fellow, but always on a mission.
He was a go-getter. When he found something he liked, he did it. And he likes to do things his own way. So I'll never forget the first time that I really had a deal with him. I was sitting up on the back porch watching him, and he was in the backyard.
He's probably 2.
He's probably 2, and I said, Isaac, don't you go anywhere. And I told my father-in-law, I said, watch this, because I knew what was going to happen. And he literally just kept looking. Next thing I know, he just took off. And that's exactly, it describes him in a nutshell, because that's how he is. It's like, he's going to do what he wanted to do.
Back up. Hey, it's too many people talking, bro. That's the issue. Everybody wants something to say. Shut the up and do the work. This not hard. Respond. Respond. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, get break. Let's go. One better on 3. 1, 2, 3. One better.
I don't even think he really loved football early on either. I think when he started playing football, it being the ultimate team game really is why he gravitated toward it, because I think For him, his teammates are far more important than actually playing football. And I think that's partly why he's here for another year, because he looks at it and says, you know, I didn't really get this done, and if I'm going to stay here, we're going to do it different. Being a Nebraska kid in Lincoln and playing football is not easy. You've got 95,000 people, and probably a good share of them are from your hometown. And the Lincoln kids wear that stuff. It's tough. But he was not going anywhere but Nebraska. And if it came down to where walk-on was the only thing he was going to get, he was going to Nebraska.
Okay? We get it. We on you because we know what they're looking for. Okay? These coaches are not bull when they say it's wrong. They're not. You know, I thought that when I first started doing this, I thought they was bull. They're not. Go watch the film. Okay? We're trying to get us better. And when it comes to the season, we look back and we're like, yeah, we did that. The other teams ain't doing that like we are. They might be doing this, but they ain't doing it like us. They will not outwork us. Proud of you boys. Okay? Proud of you boys. Break it down. Break it down. 1 minute on 3. 1, 2, 3.
As a family, we've had so many coaches. So we just kind of looked at it and we go, hey, you know.
It's another change.
And when Coach Rule came in, Coach Rule, everything you heard sounded so good. Well, Isaac is a no BS guy. And so when he heard it, his first instinct was, really? I've heard this before. I don't know that there was a lot of buy-in. And then he comes home and it's a Sunday and we're sitting here and he goes, you know, I hate this time of the year. He goes, we're doing this. I don't know why we're doing it. It's ridiculous. And I told him, I said, well, what are you going to do? I said, are you going to quit? And he's like, you know, I'm not quitting. And I said, then suck it up and get back to practice and become a leader. Going into spring ball, I think everything just became pretty clear to him that what Coach Rule said, he actually delivered it. He was actually doing what he told him he was going to do. And I think that meant everything to Isaac, because that's Isaac. He is going to have your back 100% unless you are not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And then he's going to tell you that. And I think a lot of that is just simply because he is so demanding of himself. He can hold other people to a high standard without making them upset because he's willing to do the same thing. That's been Isaac his whole life.
I want to say thank you for enjoying the demo series and signing up as a team and coming here to play some chops with us. I think it's going to be a pretty exciting opportunity to put your skills to the knowledge and have it tasted and judged by actual chefs. So here's how the game's going to go down. When I start the clock, you'll get 45 minutes. In those 45 minutes, you have to produce 5 plates. 1 plate for each judge. Each plate needs to have a protein, a carbohydrate, and a vegetable. The plates need to be built identically. All right, you guys, timer will start now.
We can put that on a crust for some sort of like chicken.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this will be good.
That's how you cut right there.
So tonight's
our big chop competition. I think it's Julian's favorite thing we do ever. A big thing with this is we made it here with no injuries, no fires, and a lot of skill. So it's fun to see them come together. And obviously they're super competitive, so it gives them an opportunity to bring all their skills together. It's a lot of fun to see, and then have some real chefs come and test them out and see how they're doing.
You're like real culinary professionals and vegan.
I'll drop the heat when it's time to go, but let it cook, all right? Good action here.
Shake Shack, you need a hairnet on, bro. It's simply just a nice competitive cook-off. A lot of them are confident. I just want to put them against each other to see iron sharpen iron and see who comes out on top.
Oh, butter, give me butter, give me butter. You guys are making over here, right?
Yo, take it easy on the rice, guys.
I'm gonna get some seasoning too, though. We'll get onion powder. It's probably gonna fall.
3, 2, 1, hands up, chest! Hands up! Hands up! If I can have my first team come present your meal, we'll start judging.
We started out with a pomegranate chicken, a spin-off of an orange chicken.
We got some grilled chicken here. We can use some black pepper, lemon pepper, and some sweet chili peppers on top. That chicken made crazy. I'm making.
Oh, man. Chicken's fantastic.
Yeah. Chili crisp, chicken and pasta with a kale side salad with a lemon and pomegranate vinaigrette.
If I told you I wasn't out of 10 nervousness, I would be lying. But best salad, they said, so far.
We made what we call bomb pop chicken all over a bed of rice.
You guys don't make it to the NFL or anything. You guys hit me up. I think we can open a couple restaurants.
And it ain't get completed.
Oh. You guys got hungry or what?
Right, chicken that is stuffed with cream cheese, paisley leaves, and parsley leaves, and kale, garlic, parsley, mashed potatoes, everything.
I need to go back down to just.
Popcorn chicken was the best, probably like texture, but taste, that last one.
First place prizes, you guys can go ahead and say first place.
All right, first place goes to Trench Baby.
Got a one? You gonna hold up a one, Chief, or just a fist?
Just a fist. You jerk, you ain't.
We were the highest anticipated team in this competition.
Become a resilient, tough team. Become a team that when bad happens, it actually makes us better, not worse. Become the type of team that attacks when it's time to attack.
Hey, don't get this.
Big hood out there moving.
Listen, guys, we can't end on just that. I would end on a high note for you guys. I wouldn't push it just a little too far, and then all of a sudden we start over and all that. But we are going to end on the right note. So, you know, I'm a guy that like really appreciates the guys who run track. I think it's pretty cool. Really does a lot of shit. So let's get Jaylen. Come on out, Jaylen. Jeremiah, come on out. Right, sir. But, you know, Jeremiah was getting some love on Twitter the other day, and Jaylen started casting a little shade at him. And so I know you guys like to fight with your thumbs. Where I come from, we fight with our hands. So come on, bring that thing out.
sin mission. This is no mercy to the death. It's not out of the thing. It's the first person to rip it out of the other guy's hands.
Oh my God.